Okay, it's working. Hello everyone, I'm Liv.
And I'm Sarah.
And and we are going to picnic today in our local gigantic park that's super pretty. And we're just gonna picnic and read, and we're gonna also explain what we're reading because they're both really good books. And just show you what we do in a day. It's a very cloudy day.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain.
It might rain, it might not. Maybe we'll transition to picnic to one of our houses. So yes, picnicking. That's what we're gonna do. See you later. We have been out for approximately, 5 minutes. We set up all our stuff. And I'm sitting here with a sweater on while it's super windy and I feel a raindrop. And it's not looking too hot. The sky looks very angry. You can see it behind me. It looks like it's about to storm. So this outdoor picnic might just become an indoor picnic at my house. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a time. So it started raining, not a lot, but it was going to be a lot, so we came back to my house and we're going to picnic in my living room, which I think is a little bit more comfier because we have a bathroom and there are no bugs on us. We might watch Netflix and read because we're good at multitasking like that. We're just so skilled. And we're gonna have a picnic inside, so you'll see that.
We're meant to be inside.
Yeah, we're homebodies. We're not really meant for nature, but it's fine. We love nature from afar. We're just I love you from over here, but from the inside. So here is my setup for my in-house picnic. I have my James Dean magazine, a banana, some granola, a ham sandwich, Pocky sticks, which are my entire life, some water, and my current read, which I will talk about in a little bit. Right now we are reading in our indoor picnic, and I do want to explain what I'm currently reading, and it is Next Year in Havana by Cleeton, and it's basically a historical fiction, and half of the story is told from this. Is my mom yelling for me? Was she? No. Okay. Half of the story is told from Havana in Cuba, and the grandma's name is Elisa, and she is living in Cuba right before she has to leave to America when Castro's taking over. And the other half of the story is told in present day, and it's her granddaughter. Grandma Elisa has passed, and she has to go back to Cuba to spread her grandma's ashes over a piece of land in Cuba, but she doesn't know where because her grandma kind of just told her, "You'll know where to spread my ashes." So the story is about her going back to Cuba and looking at all the changes that happened because she was not born there. And it's kind of talking about the diaspora in it and just also the exile from Cuba. So it's mixing two different stories of Cuban heritage together. And it's really awesome. If you do not know, I'm Cuban. I don't really mention a lot in my videos because it's just kind of random to mention hey, I'm Cuban. But I'm Cuban, and my family did leave Cuba a while ago. My grandparents left, and then my mom was born here, but my dad was born in Cuba. So it's interesting to see the two differing time periods where someone has to leave Cuba and someone is returning back to it. I've never been to Cuba, and it's just nice reading about it, and just the language that's used in it and the descriptions are so freaking relatable. I'm only on page 56 and I've highlighted so much because I'm the diaspora. Is that how you say it?
Diaspora?
I say diaspora.
I don't know. In a class I took, they said
diaspora. I say diaspora, but I mispronounce so many words. But basically the feeling where you aren't Cuban enough but you're also not American enough, that just hits me super hard. So reading about it and just relating to a character so much. Is this what other people feel when they feel represented? Because basically this book is slapping me in the face and stabbing my heart in the best way possible. So I will update you on that because this book is getting dramatic, and it's only on page 57. I already gasped to Sarah and I'm oh my god, things are happening. It's amazing, and I love it so much. If you're the fan of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo for the Cuban rep, read this because this is Own Voices and it's so good. And I also want Sarah to explain her book as well, so we'll leave the stage to Sarah.
So my book is called Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, and my old high school teacher, he gave it to me because we both like to like swap books and stuff, but he really likes mystery and thriller and like murder and stuff like that. So this whole entire time I've been reading this book and I'm like trying to think about like what's the plot twist, like what gives, and like I'm in the last like 30 pages of this book and so much is being explained right now. But essentially it's two different point of views, well, three different point of views. There's one of the wife, one of the mistress, and then one of like the past, following the wife and like what happened in her past. And essentially it's all about how this woman, she's a single mom living in London, I believe, and she ends up starting this affair with this man, and turns out that's also her new boss. And then the wife of this man figured out that she was sleeping with her husband, so she coincidentally ran into her one day and essentially befriends the mistress and kind of manipulates her and tells her these lies and these stories about her husband to essentially make her husband look like the antagonist of the story. What's happening now is that like all these lies are unraveling because she's speaking to the husband, the main character, and she's figuring out that this woman that she thought was her friend the whole entire time, the wife, is completely
Unhinged.
Yes. I don't know how else to describe.
Like manipulative. Yeah,
extremely manipulative, and she's done some bad stuff in her past. Like her parents died in a fire. So yeah, it's really, really good. I wish I could explain it more, but there's just so much going on, especially with three different point of views going on. I really suggest it. It's a really great book. It's really exciting and really engaging. It's taken me a long time to read it because of school, but now since I've gotten home, I've just been like reading it over, like just for like as much as I can at any moment I can.
Okay, I just googled diaspora and it's pronounced, hold on, let me do it, diaspora. So I mean, don't trust me for pronunciations because I have like my whole other language, like it's Olivia English, it's not regular English.
It's okay,
but it's fine. We're not here to judge pronunciations. This is a positive atmosphere, not a pronunciation judgmental atmosphere. Am I right, ladies?
I mean, I hope so, because in senior year I said epitome and my teacher was like, epitome? And I was like,
I also want to update you on the book. I've only read like 10 more pages, but the entire time I've been reading those 10 pages, I have been like gasping and saying I'm sweating because there's like a forbidden love aspect in both sides of the stories, and it's destroying me because I'm like a really big sucker for forbidden love because the angst is like on a whole different level with those types of stories, and it's destroying me. I've only read 10 pages and I'm like, I'm sweating, I can't breathe, and I need to like take a break already. I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm very excited and I'm like so glad I picked this up because I've had this on my TBR for a while and I'm like, oh, I don't want to read it because I don't want to build expectations because it's like a Cuban novel. What if I won't connect to it? But it's so freaking good and I love it so much. While I was reading, my mom came in and showed me this package. I believe I know what it is, but I kind of forgot. So let's just see what I got in the mail. This book I saw in the Penguin Random House event that took place during BookCon, and it is called The Silence of the Girls, a novel by Pat Barker, and it looks so good. From what I saw during the event, it said it was an all-female retelling of Iliad. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Iliad?
Iliad?
I don't.
Whatever, we're not judging in this video. And I'm just gonna read you kind of like the little top version of it, like the really short version, so you can figure out what it's about. And it says, from the Booker Prize winning author of the Regeneration trilogy comes a monumental new masterpiece set in the midst of literature's most famous war. Pat Barker turns her attention to the timeless legend of the Iliad, as experienced by the captured woman living in the Greek camp in the final weeks of the Trojan War. So this is kind of like the female version of the Trojan War, and it's showing you a different side of it, and it sounds so freaking cool. I love retellings. I also love anything dealing with Greek mythology, especially female retellings. So I'm really excited because I emailed them about this like a couple of days ago, and it got in so quickly, and also the cover is really beautiful, and I just cannot wait to read it. And yes, just wanted to show you that, and I'll continue on with my reading.
Dude. Oh my god. I can't. No, it's not good. It's not very good.
Is there a sequel? So Sarah just finished her book and she told me the ending, and it was wild. And what a book. What's the name of it again?
Behind Her Eyes. Get it. I get it now. Behind Her Eyes.
It's called Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, and apparently it is a time. And now I'm up to page 81 of Next Year in Havana. And this one, oh, it's so good because since you get to see the one half of the story of the Grandma Elisa in Cuba, you get to hear about like all the revolution, you get to hear about all the history, which like I already knew about because like my parents and my grandparents told me about, but it's just like so in depth, and it's telling you so much about it, and like the quotes that they're talking about revolution and like being political and like keeping yourself informed during it. Oh, it's so good. It's that's like how I've been when I've been reading it. Every 2 pages, I'm like, oh my god, I can't breathe. It's so freaking good. And what's also like important to like state is that I haven't felt this way for a book like all year, because I've been in like a giant book slump, so nothing's really excited me, and I'm so glad I picked this up. Ah, it's so good. Okay.
I know, it matches you perfectly. Read Behind Her Eyes.
It's me. Yeah, read Behind Her Eyes if you like kind of like a Gone Girl. Yeah. If you like the twistedness of Gone Girl with like a hint of sci-fi.
I don't know.
Is it sci-fi?
I don't know. Depends on what you believe is real.
Yeah. It depends on if you're a Shaniac or if you're a Bugara. No, that made it seem like there are ghosts in it. There aren't.
There's no ghosts.
But I mean, like, if you believe in like super sci-fi, or if you believe in like
supernatural
nothing
of any sort, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep on reading a little and update you. Oh, I also wanted to say that I'm doing this reading vlog because someone on Tumblr randomly messaged me and they're like, you should do reading vlogs. And I'm like, I mean, I haven't been reading anything good, but plot twist, I have this book now, so you're welcome, random anon on Tumblr. I hope you like this vlog. We are back in the car again because I am dropping off Sarah at her house. Our vlog is over. She finished her book. I read like, what, 30 pages, and I was like hyperventilating the entire time. So that shows the difference between our reading.
I'm still like really like stunned. Anyways, I'm gonna go start Chamber of Secrets.
Is this a reading update? Not really, but I was reading and I got distracted and I was thinking of how I said diaspora wrong, and it's actually diaspora in English. But I searched up the Spanish pronunciation of diaspora, and it is
diaspora.
Diaspora. I have been saying it right. I just have been saying it in the Spanish version of the word and not the English version. So technically, no one can laugh at me for mispronouncing it. I also want to update you on the book I'm reading, and I am about 100 pages in. It's like 350 pages. So I think I could finish it like tomorrow if I read really quickly, but it is so good. Oh, this is like definitely one of my favorite reads of 2018. It is so good. If you ever want to read about like historical fiction in a non-European setting, so in Cuba, it's so freaking good. It teaches you so much, and even as a Cuban myself, I'm learning like so much about the history, and I love it. I've been highlighting this book so much because I love every single quote that's in it. I could talk about this book for like hours. I'll probably do a book talk on it if anyone's interested, but know that I'm loving it so much and I feel like everyone else needs to read it. And I'm so glad I won this in a giveaway. I feel like I'm very worthy of it because since I'm Cuban, I feel like I deserve this. Have you ever read a book where like every single quote just punches you in the gut and you're like, oh, this is like the best book ever? Because that is me with The Next Year in Havana. It's amazing. It's like changing my life. I'm so glad I picked this up, and I'm hoping I can finish it tomorrow. I don't think I'll finish it in this vlog, but I will talk about it in other places because it's now like my new favorite book, and I'm only 1/3 the way through, so that's when you know it's like really good. So I am in my room now and it is the end of the day. It's around 11:30 p.m. because of course I love ruining my sleeping schedule during the summer, and I just wanted to update you on what I read of The Next Year in Havana, and I am on page 172 out of I think 350, so I'm about halfway through. I hope to finish it tomorrow, and I just wanted to give you that little update because I know a lot of people do end up finishing books in their book reading vlogs, but I don't read that quickly, so I'm just gonna leave you off on this little update. I just wanted to wrap this up really quickly, so be sure to like and subscribe and let me know if you want to see more of these types of videos because I'm sure a lot of people like this, but I don't know. I'm just testing out the waters. So I will see you in another video. Thanks for coming along on my very random, very spontaneous day, and I will see you later. Bye!